Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Last chapter we talked about the important studies. Why? Because in this book, it is a scholar written this book, and I tell you that in China, in traditional China, every dynasty, there were some officials responsible for fate and fortune issues, and they were ranked first ranking in the official hierarchy. So as you can see, in the Chinese culture and all dynasty and the emperor and royal family and all the bureaucracy, you see they all pay high respect to those who were engaged in fate and fortune matters. The reason, not because they regard them as God, but because they are learned. They study thoroughly about fate and fortune, and they give sensible advice and important advice to all these decision makers, so as to render well-being of the people as well as the country. So you may ask, what books should I read? What should I study in order to make a grasp on the fate and fortune? Well, I can promise you, there's a huge amount of publication in fate and fortune in China, because these issues were addressed since ancient time, 2,000, 3,000 years ago. So there are so many important publications, and you will be drowned in the difficult classics to address all these issues. But then here, if you ask me which publication is the most important and most fundamental, that I have to address it before going further in the studies of fate and fortune, I'd like to introduce you this one. It's Yi Ching. Yi Ching itself has been regarded as a top priority of all Chinese classics since Han Dynasty. What is Han Dynasty? Han Dynasty, the timing is around 2,500 years ago in China. They were ranked first among all the classics. Why? Because Yi Ching, it is a philosophical publication telling you about the origin of the universe, the quality of nature, how people complement and supplement nature, how should we behave in order to go in life nature, so have to make a good life. So Yi Ching itself is a must reading in faith philosophy. It's a must. Without knowing anything about Yi Ching, without going through Yi Ching, you can never manage a good understanding of faith. So in the fortune issue, you never make a sensible address on the fortune issue. You only know the technique, but you never know the philosophy behind, the reason behind, and you can get a good mastery of the fortune. With regard to fortune, then we have another publication. It's written by Professor Wang Yude. It's called the Miracle of Fortune Telling. The Miracle of Fortune Telling. In this book, it introduces many kinds of fortune telling skills, which help you to detect your own strength, as well as how to improve your own strength, as well as the timing for expression of a strength, etc. So if you want to study something about the fortune, then Professor Wang Yude, the Miracle of the Fortune Telling Skills, is a must reference for you. Okay, so we have finished our studies issue, and we go to another issue. It's called the moral. Thank you very much. See you next time.